Hi everyone. Good evening. Can I be heard? Please let me know in the comment box. Okay. Great. Great. Thank you everyone. And welcome to the Streetfolio First. It's I think this should be our first. So yeah, kind welcome. So I would get right into things. Today, we begin the portfolio fest, which is a kind of, would I call it a festival? Yes, it is. But majorly, we are trying to help the community, the brand design community, um, get better in their portfolio. So we are taking live sessions, portfolio reviews in a way to make us present our portfolio better. Okay, so this is more of, as much as it's a celebration of portfolios, it's also a way we can help the community because we realized that it's a kind of problem where designers find it hard to get jobs, and if you dig down, you notice it's due to how badly their portfolios are. So, once again, welcome to everyone joining in from everywhere. Um, this promises to be a very great session. Yes. We are having on our first, very first session, live session, we are having one of the best. I would put it there. Um, his name is Micheal Onalaja, and he will be taking us on this is a portfolio and leading us through what a portfolio is and ways we can really dig in to get more insight on best practices when it comes to building our portfolio. So yeah, hi Mike.
Hello, Jiga. Hi, everybody. Good evening to those in Nigeria. I'm happy to be here.
Nice.
Um, yeah.
Before we get into things, Mike, I call him Mike with the mic, anyways. But before we get into things, I would like to know if you can hear Mike clearly. Please, in the comment section, can you hear Mike?
Hello, everybody. Can you guys hear me? So we can be sure of the connection before we carry on.
Yeah. All right. They say they can hear you, so over to you, Mike. With the mic, are you okay? I would let you present at this point.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks, Jiga. Hi, everybody. Good evening again. Um, yeah, I'm getting audible. Yeah, I'll be taking us through this is a portfolio. Welcome to day one on Street Folio Fest. I'll present my screen now. Okay, just like a mic check and screen check. Just drop like a yes in the comment chat if you can see my screen and you can hear me.
Yes, they can.
Okay. Yes, it's visible. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Let's get into it. I'll just introduce myself. Onalaja Micheal, and my alias on the streets of design is the King Michael, King Mike for short, or Mike with the mic. As you guys gave me that name, uh, and I'm sticking with it. But yeah, if you call me Mike, I will not ignore you. From the point I started pushing my first pixel as a designer till today, it's been 10 years plus, and it's been humbling, and the learning hasn't stopped. In brand design specifically, I've done 3 years plus. I am a visual and brand identity designer based in Lagos, Nigeria, and as of today, the 4th of October, I am 24 years old. When I'm not designing, you can catch me at the gym, playing video games, watching a movie, or Japanese anime. I also like to think I can be funny. So, I mean, it's my thoughts, all right? So, just in case you see any jokes in the course of the live session and it's not very funny, you can just contribute small laughter for me. Just send me chipping it there so that it doesn't, it doesn't weigh on me. But yeah. So while hopefully we can have a bit of a laugh during this session, more importantly, I'm hoping to give some value here. All right. We're doing this is a portfolio as the topic. Basically, I'm going to be introducing us to what a portfolio is, like Jiga mentioned earlier, and here is my content for today. This is what we're covering. We're going to be covering what it is, what a portfolio is, for who can have a portfolio, what kinds of portfolio they are, where can you host your portfolio, and I'm going to sprinkle some candy, and basically that's just me saying I'm giving some tips on building a good portfolio, and candy is not enough is my way of saying questions. So yeah, let's get into it. Definition, what it is. Is person's ability to a potential employer. This is what Google showed me when I put it up to say what is a portfolio. I mean, there were like other definitions, but with context to the creative community at large, and design community here. Yeah, this is the definition for a portfolio on Google. And my definition is a portfolio is a body of work put together with the goal of communicating a person's knowledge on a subject matter to another person or people. Yeah. So basically, from my definition, for a portfolio to exist, there has to be a subject matter, and there has to be something that identifies it as a body of work, and it has to be communicating to somebody. This is what makes a portfolio. And of course, for the creative industry, your subject matter is something in the industry. So for a portfolio to exist, in simpler terms, is there's something I'm talking about, right? Or there's something that I want to show that I have knowledge on, and I'm showing it to somebody, and I'm showing my expertise on that particular thing. Yeah. For who? You can have one. Artists, that's like artists with the that sing, artists that create artworks, designers, songwriters, brothers and sisters in tech, carpenters, even the time. You get the gist. So almost anybody can have a portfolio. A portfolio is not just for a special group of people. And I mean, over the course of the Streetfolio Fest, we'll see having a would go down to what a portfolio is for the brand design community. But for today, I'm just doing like introduction to what a portfolio is. So yeah, having a portfolio just requires you first identifying a body of work that can sit in the same space as one subject matter. So yeah, literally anybody can have a portfolio. Almost anybody. You just need, to have like to say this is a skill or a subject matter that I have knowledge in, and I can put together a body of work and create it as a portfolio. Let's look at some examples. So basically, we would look at sectors or skills, and then we would look at like what their portfolios could look like. I have some examples here. A voiceover artists, interior designers, brand designers, of course, writers, carpenters, models. I mean, for a voiceover artist, your portfolio could look something like a a, a collection of voiceover recordings. It could be a collection of ads that you do. Maybe you're looking to be a voiceover for TV ads or social media ads, and you have like a collection of that as your portfolio. Interior designers, it could be like a collection of like in a portfolio. Writers, it could be script writer, it could be a songwriter. Things together. It could be on Medium. Medium could be your portfolio. That is skilled at furnitures, and your portfolio could be like a set of images on Behance. It could be like a project where you show individuals the shots that you've done. So I'll just like give it like a minute to see in the comments, like just give like an example of like a skill set and what the portfolio could look like. I'll just give that a minute and see with. Um, I mean, I'm looking at the comments. Okay. Yeah, somebody said product designers. Yeah, a product designer can have a portfolio. Yeah, that's been a minute, so I'll just carry on. At least now, I'm sure that some people have seen Logofolio. I mean, this is very unique to like the brand design industry specifically. You see something portfolio, you see Artfolio or something. So let's look at what kinds of portfolios there are. What kinds? So there are numerous portfolio. So yeah, for example, I put together, I decided to name or create a kind of portfolio here. I called it Hawkfolio. So it's a collection of types of hawks I maybe did not create. I did not create hawks, please. You don't have to name your portfolio. You can stick to calling it just a portfolio. So yeah, this is my portfolio of the hawk, she-hawk, baby hawk, and the red hawk. Spaces to make your portfolio. Portfolios can be created almost anywhere these days. Social media platforms like Behance, Dribble, Instagram, personal websites, um, where you decide to have your portfolio should be a major. What should determine that should be the kind of portfolio you're trying to have, because depending on where you are looking to have your portfolio, there are advantages and disadvantages. Be accessible to the person you're trying to communicate with. Now you see some photographers that are trying to that have their portfolio as physical prints, and they will tell you, oh, it's because they have a certain quality of what the picture should look like, and or maybe they are trying the target audience, the people that they are trying to communicate with, are people that they have to give them a certain experience of what those pictures can be like in, right? Their portfolio is a physical portfolio. You could also have a PDF. A PDF portfolio is customizable. Photographer, a videographer determines that what should inform where you have your portfolio, what you're trying to build. You cannot be a voiceover artist and your portfolio is a PDF, because how would you play it? Let's sprinkle some candy from my tiny experience. And this is like tips to making a good portfolio from my point of view. Yeah, your portfolio should in some way introduce you, how to contact you, and the work you have done if it's not a physically presented one. So yeah, see, I say I'm dropping rhymes. Your portfolio is you. There should be a way to introduce you yourself, who you are in your portfolio, your name. There should be like a way to contact you. There should be maybe your email address, you kind of portfolio that you would not necessarily have to like have your contact on, is when you have a physical portfolio, and then you can of course introduce yourself to your audience or the person you're trying to communicate to in person. But I'm team quality over quantity. your portfolio should show your most recent best done works. So yes, you should put your best foot forward. As that saying goes, there's one saying like that. That you should put your best foot forward. So quality over quantity. You don't want to have so many projects in your portfolio. I mean, if you are the goat of working 247 and you have 200 projects you want to show in your portfolio, by all means go ahead. But yeah, you should prioritize quality and 750 make your portfolio as question. It doesn't photographer passport. Then you're putting in families, and then you're putting uh, um, baby shower fee, all or even corporate photography all in one space. Like your portfolio is, maybe you are specifically interested in doing work for the food industry, and your portfolio should and then you don't just have everything's all over. There's a way you can on that tape. You could look at things from, your as a photographer's portfolio should have only pictures, and then the kind of pictures that are in there also you can decide to narrow it down way that's okay, this type of way. So yes, I that's another me. I do think that your portfolio should in possible to make it cohesive. Your portfolio should have some synergy with the type of work you're trying to get or attract. So yeah, this is like a big one. You are looking to attract clients that would um give you design work, for example, brand design work. You have photo projects, but in your portfolio is videos that are in there. It will not just pop out of nowhere. There should be some synergy with the type of work you are trying to get. There should be some cohesiveness. You should not be looking for one type of work or looking to even apply for a kind of work. Sometimes you're applying for jobs and the requirements of the job, they've told you that, they require somebody that has experience with illustration and logo design, but your portfolio is showing them social media designs, so your portfolio should have some synergy. And I think that this is where the advantage of PDF for portfolios come in, where you can see a job ad, or you can want to show somebody, have a meeting with a client, and then you create your portfolio for that particular purpose. Yeah, I'll go ahead to the next one. Define the kind of portfolio you want before deciding the best space to build it. I touched this earlier. So we talked about the kind of portfolios, and what makes a kind of portfolio is, again, the content of the portfolio, right? So it's important to define what kind of portfolio you want to build before deciding where you want to build it. A motion designer's portfolio, for example, would probably be best hosted on spaces that encourage video clips, where a voice artist would look to build a portfolio. So before I say I want to build my portfolio on Behance, or I want to build my portfolio as a PDF portfolio, you need to first say, okay, this is the kind of portfolio I want to build. I'm a photographer, so yes, creating a portfolio in PDF definitely works. Or I cannot be a voiceover artist looking to build a portfolio and I'm looking to do it in PDF. So first say, okay, this is the kind of portfolio I want to build. Then you cannot decide where you want to build it. Projects in your portfolio do not have to be contracted. Passion projects are a great way to have your portfolio showing the quality of your work and the type of projects you want to attract. So yes, this tip cannot be overemphasized. In the industry, sometimes and you get projects you want to keep working on, um or the good way that you want to work on is doing passion projects. They don't have to be real clients, right? Just work on passion projects. As a photographer, go and take, if you are looking to attract clients that want nature photography, whatever reason they want it, go out to nature, take those pictures and create a portfolio. If you are looking to a portfolio that is doing wildlife, and tell them to come and take picture portfolio. I saw the lion that you took that picture. I want you to take my picture. Yeah, that, I mean, some people will do that. But yeah, there's a bigger chance of attracting work that you show in your portfolio, versus work that is not there. You will see clients that would engage you because of your portfolio for brand identity design work, and then they want you to do content design for them along the line, do other types of design that is not particularly brand identity design, but they already engaged you initially on brand identity design because that's what they at this point they are testing to see if you can do other types of work. But your portfolio already communicated the kind of work you're doing, and the yeah. So yeah, it's fine to have multiple portfolios. Yeah, take this with the how do they say that's phrasing? Take this with small spoon. It's better than having a metamorph butterfly present appropriately. Also say have my portfolio, and when you open it up, you see um so project all over the place, and then I found that it wasn't really effective because people get tired by the time they're opening one folder, opening another folder. And at the time, it was because I was a generalist and I used to do a whole lot, like different types of design, print design, merch design, and I just pack everything into there. So, like, it's better to have multiple portfolios. If you're at the point in your journey where you don't want to be particularly known for one thing, or you want to show your skill set in various things, you want to maybe develop multiple portfolios, you want to have different portfolios highlighting all those skills that you have instead of merging everything into one place. Again, take it with this. Don't even say here I have update your portfolio. It's never really done, to be honest. Your skills and the jobs you are trying to attract are constantly growing. Same should be for your portfolio. So yeah, this is a big tip in my opinion. So your portfolio is never done. You can never finish. You can never complete your portfolio, and the reason is because even your interests as a designer or your interest as a creative now change over time. So as it changes, it should not be, as someone said, a trophy room to say that, oh, my portfolio is all those projects that bagged in 1 million likes or bagged in an award. It should not really be that. It should not be a trophy room. Your portfolio should reflect the kind of work you're trying to attract. Your portfolio should reflect your skill level on that type of work that you're looking to attract. So as all those change, so should your portfolio. If in the year 2020 you did case studies that were only out, and now you've grown to the point where you can do brand identity strategy in developing your portfolios, in developing your case studies rather. Your portfolio should reflect this, right? You shouldn't now say, that was a good project, but you can do better now. So it doesn't reflect your skill level anymore. So your portfolio is outdated. So yeah, this is a general portfolio in a while. So if this candy is not enough, we have some questions.
Okay. If we do have questions, I think it's best we ask at this point. So, um, please drop it in the comment section and would attend to your questions. Cool. Okay. All right. So, let's see if we have questions so far. I think everyone got what you were driving at.
Yeah, I try to make it as
All right. Someone has a question.
simplified as possible. I hope I was able to, and
Yeah. So this question is goes like this: the speaker talked about quality over quantity, but I just want to ask how little is too little when it comes to the number of projects on a portfolio?
okay, I do think that this is influenced a lot by personal preference. Some people tell you they you shouldn't be more than 8 projects, but my own personal opinion is you don't need more than 4 to 6 projects in your portfolio. Really. Yeah, I think you should focus on having just those 6 at most quality projects that reflect what kind of jobs you're trying to attract and that show your skill level on that particular project. Yeah, I hope that answer is helpful.
All right. Thank you for that. Please, if we have more questions, we can drop it on the comments section and I'll read it out to Mike. Okay. So I think I saw Ofolio. Is it Folio?
Portfolio. You could call that like a portfolio for someone that is doing gossip.
Why not
Yeah,
Olofofolio?
that's on that angle. We can take it that way also. We can take it that way also.
Interesting.
Okay, I can hear you now. I can hear you
Okay.
now.
All right. So someone asked, when building my portfolio, should I group life collaborations and personal projects separately or together?
Uh, I don't think there should be a need to group them separately as long as they are communicating what you want your portfolio to communicate. If you were in a collaboration that maybe for as a brand designer, you're in a collaboration that should work in fintech or edtech, for example, and you are looking to do work in edtech, then it's fine to be in your portfolio. But if you collaborated in a project that is not where you are looking to work in, then probably shouldn't be in your portfolio. And again, it could also reflect that you're also good at collaborating with other people. But primarily, your portfolio should show work that you're looking to do. I shouldn't see work that is in the food industry and then reach out to you to do work in the food industry, and then you're telling me it's not work that you are particularly interested in. Doesn't work. Even though you collaborated on a project that is in the food industry, then it wouldn't sound right.
All
I hope
right.
that was helpful.
That was quite a lot. Thank you for that. Yeah, it was helpful. Okay. Are there any more questions before we wrap things up? So okay, I did get a question um, from the emails
Okay.
registration, and the question was, what are your views on print portfolios?
Yeah, I think print portfolios are nice, but the problem comes when you're trying to show that portfolio to somebody that is not in the same country as you. Then you have to like you have to send it down maybe via like DHL or something. But depending on the kind of portfolio you're trying to build. Like I said earlier in the presentation, maybe a photographer, for example, you want a print portfolio. You want your images printed out so that your target audience can get a particular type of experience from seeing the actual pictures versus seeing them on like digital mediums. Then you would have to make do with going to see that particular person in physically in person. Yeah. So if you are trying to decide on if to have a printed out portfolio, a physical portfolio, versus having a portfolio that is digitally accessible, then you should make that decision based on the kind of portfolio you're building. If you are doing brand identity design, you're a brand designer, I don't particularly see a reason why you should have a physical portfolio. I mean, you could have prints of your work for your personal purpose, your personal use. There are people that have the logos they've created framed or something, but for a portfolio, for the function of a portfolio, I don't think a brand designer needs a physical portfolio.
Okay, thank you for that. Um, so I think that settles the questions people have for over this topic. What a portfolio is, or this is a portfolio rather. Um, yes, great. So yeah, thank you very much, Mike, for coming on to enlighten the community on the concept of a portfolio. I'm sure everyone has a better grasp on what they can do moving forward and how best to build a portfolio. The certain tips you gave would be very, very helpful, I believe. I hope the slides would be available. It would be, right?
Okay, I think the internet wasn't very it was fluctuating there. But yeah, thanks for having me. Happy. I hope I was able to give some value on this session. And it's an honor to start out the Streetfolio Fest this year. Who
I
knows, maybe
know.
we'll have
As the opening
one
act.
next year too, and the one after. Yeah, yeah.
Great, great.
So yeah, thank you everybody for joining.
All right, yeah. So thanks to everyone who joined in. Basically, we would be having this much um, more. Yes, and tomorrow we will be having another session this same time, and yeah, also the next. So please do well to join and come fest with us. Yeah. So then I think it's bye bye for now. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone. And let's have a great night. Okay.